Take you out now to Phoenix, Arizona, where we're getting a helicopter shot here from this camera and our Fox 10 team on it as a potential police chase. That's what we're potentially learning. Let's listen in here to their live coverage on Live Now from Fox.
But from a distance, we don't see any crews in the nearby area at this point.
We think this started as a stolen vehicle out of Mesa, and now it's wound its way into Scottsdale. And I just can't, the shot isn't wide enough to really get a good sense of where we are here in Scottsdale.
Is this the reservation on the right?
No, I think they're still in a residential area.
Let's see yeah.
I can't pick off a road sign here.
It is close to the reservation, I believe. It's hard to see. Once we get to a wide shot here, we might get a better picture of where we are. But we did see those.
Okay, Chaparral. Okay, Chaparral is across street, and not sure, could that be McDonald or not sure. Let's see, Chaparral, what would the cross street be there? That's a tough call. But he's going right down in the middle lane.
In the heading toward Old Town, we believe at this point, which busy area at this time of day. I mean, you've got school getting out around this time, lots of people on the road heading home from work. We'll just have to see what happens here. I guess, I mean, it's kind of a barren street at this point, which is good.
Yeah,
okay.
You hate to see this. Okay, there we go, McDonald. So you hate to see this in a residential area, though, and that is scary. We think if he's going McDonald now from Chaparral,
okay, we're crossing
he's heading north. He's heading north here, and this would be more heading toward Old Town, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think, are we going to go to a quick break? Or are we going to? Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to stay on.
All right. You're just watching that out of our Phoenix station, our Fox 10 team. They're just taking a quick break, but we do have their live helicopter shot taking place one more time. So let's put it up here as you can see a potential stolen vehicle. Police potentially trying to pull that individual over, but it did not happen. You can see them crossing over the double yellow line there. That is, I believe, just in Scottsdale, Arizona, just there, kind of northeast Phoenix a little bit here as they enter. They talked about the Old Town Scottsdale. I think a lot of people know that region as well if you've gone to it, but certainly crossing potentially Indian School, Table Mesa, or Talking Stick, kind of by the casino resort there, just on the north side of the city. But vehicle continuing on here in Arizona, potentially started in Mesa, which is just a little bit south of there. So they're moving north on this road. Pima Road, I believe, is the one right there. That's where our studio is. So we are kind of intimately familiar with some of these region. They're turning left here right now, but we have not seen any police behind him turning into a potentially residential neighborhood, turning into looks like an apartment complex, a parking lot right there. You can kind of see it behind some of these trees as they're jumping out of the vehicle right now and running into this apartment. But of course, we've seen these chases in Los Angeles. They usually have a police helicopter overhead. I'm not sure if that is the case in this region, but that individual jumping into this maybe not apartment, looks like potentially an apartment complex or a different facility there. That might actually be a hotel there just near Talking Stick Resort. Near it, you can see no police on hand, but the vehicle empty as well. This is, I believe, just the hotel. You can see them panning out a little bit. You can see the pool in the middle of this, but this is kind of near Talking Stick Road and Pima Road there in Scottsdale, Arizona. Police pursuing a stolen car just outside of Phoenix. This happening as well. Let's continue on with our Fox 10 team. They are covering this very much so on the ground as well. They're covering it. So let's just listen into what they have to say here on Live Now from Fox.
Well, not far from Salt River Fields, roughly a block north of Indian School on Pima.
Yeah,
that's probably police pulling in right there.
The Independence 47 Hotel in Scottsdale is where we're at here.
Yeah, he went right in the door, and he's in there somewhere. And this complicates things because you have you have the risk of.
Oh, is that him? On the lower level, right-hand side, white
Tough to
shirt.
say. Tough to say.
It looks like we had eyes on him for a second with the chopper.
Okay, we lost a picture from Sky Fox, but again, the police are on the scene. And here we go. We've just resumed our picture. He is in that hotel somewhere. Chopper's having a tough time with the signal. But at this point, black male got out of that car and appeared to have a handgun and went darting in through that opening right there, that stairwell. So we don't know where he is in the building, obviously, but police are going to be very careful because we believe he's armed. Yeah,
Mesa Police and DPS are handling this right here. And we did see a black truck pull up at the scene.
There it is, in the bottom of your screen.
And so it looks like police are there and they have gone inside this hotel, Independence, is that what we said? Independence 47 hotel.
Yeah, he's looking
Scottsdale.
at it. He's got a weapon drawn too. He's making sure there's nobody else inside. That's the gold Mercedes SUV that this chase began as a stolen car in Mesa. And the suspect was being followed from the air by the DPS chopper. Units on the ground were in tow, but really staying back. We didn't even see them in our picture from Sky Fox. So they'll process that car, but they've first got to get this guy out of that hotel because, you know, once armed, they know they're dealing with a potentially dangerous situation here.
Yeah, there's some people out on the balcony kind of, I'm sure, wondering what's going on. It looked like the person, the suspect that got out of that stolen vehicle, he was a black man wearing a white shirt. So if you see that on your screen here, that's what we're looking at. It's kind of hard to see here, but let's.
Well, and you wonder if he's got a room there or if he just ducked in there,
right,
because he took an interesting route to get to that hotel. He did a U-turn and went right in there like he knew where he was going. You kind of wonder if he's got a room there or if he was staying there. And we've seen that before. We've seen chases where people drive right back to their neighborhood and right back to their house or apartment, right, because they're familiar with it.
Right, otherwise, where do you go? You just keep driving forever.
Yeah, they've secured that Mercedes, the gold SUV.
Okay, our crew, by the way, Fox 10 crew is headed to the scene right here. We're working to get more information for you, and of course, we will let you know. But for a moment, we're going to take a quick break. And
all right, so they're going to jump out of this one more time. We're going to stick with it, though. That's kind of what we do here on Live Now from Fox. That's kind of our theme. So let's get right back into it. Just a live picture one more time there. Is this the hotel, Independence 47 hotel there in Scottsdale, Arizona, just a suburb there of Phoenix. You can see the vehicle. Police now on hand. We did see an unmarked vehicle as well as a black and white, but we also saw a potential police helicopter atop. Here is this is just kind of there on the northeast side of Phoenix, Arizona. This is courtesy of our Fox 10 team, our Sky Fox. As you can see, they have not seen an individual come out of this hotel. Of course, we saw other people potentially at this hotel, just people unaware of the circumstances of what's going on. But this is a live picture right now. We don't know if that individual is holed up in a room or looking to continue to elude police. But you can see they're potentially talking to someone involved with the hotel. Several cars in the parking lot as well. So this hotel definitely has some people inside. Of course, we want to make sure everyone is safe there as well. So they're probably alarming or alerting people at this hotel to make sure that they know what's going on. As police pursuing this suspect, potentially a stolen car, happened in Mesa, Arizona, just south of this region there in Scottsdale, Arizona. You can see police going in there, walking up the steps as our Sky Fox team is zooming in on this. They did jump out of it very quickly, the vehicle, that suspect did, and go into the hotel. Again, viewer discretion is advised as people potentially hiding behind some of those stairs, making sure they're not out in the open in case this suspect might have a weapon. Not sure about anything as of yet. But this is just what we're getting here is we're kind of following it here, live, raw, and unfiltered, as they're potentially bringing in a canine unit. You can see a dog there on that sidewalk walking into the hotel. Looks like that might be the case. So the suspect might still be inside in this hotel, this Independence 47 hotel there on the northeast side of the city. So you can see that K9 unit there ready to go, as sometimes put in harm's way, but certainly invaluable resource for police in this. For more on this, let's continue with our Fox 10 team, as they're covering it very, very closely as well. They have some insight that I may not have. So let's listen in again here on Live Now from Fox.
He vanished, but they may know where he is because they've got the dog out.
Yeah, it appears so. They're at the Independence 47 Hotel, by the way. This is, just as John mentioned, there in Scottsdale. And we saw him, as he said, jump out of the car, run through up those stairs and run through. He may have been spotted. It looked like our chopper may have seen him on the back side, kind of where you see the lawn area in the back. There's balconies back there. So don't know if it connects and he just ran straight through or what, but they did. There's the K9 right there. There he is. He's
they got him. Yep. Well, they knew where he was, obviously. I was surprised that we didn't get everybody geared up to go in there. We thought when he went in, he was armed, that when he exited that Mercedes, that he had a gun in his hand. It looked like it.
Oh, that was quick.
They made quick work of that. And it's really, really fortunate no one was hurt. We don't know the genesis of how he got this car, but we know that the call went out as a stolen car in Mesa, and it's a nice one, a gold Mercedes SUV. But we don't know. And he's talking to them rather, everybody's pretty calm, and he's speaking with the officer.
Yeah. I wonder if, he gave up or there was a fight that ensued. We just don't know.
Pretty compliant, actually. Yeah. Pretty compliant given the driving. We saw him go up on the shoulder of the road, off the road, passing cars on the right, going into the other lane of oncoming traffic to pass cars that were in his way. So for a while, it was pretty dicey, but it ended as well as you could expect.
Okay, our crew is working to gather more information. As we mentioned, we have a reporter on this. And coming up tonight at 5 o'clock, we'll have an update for you on exactly what happened.
We'll take a break here.
All right, thank you again to our Fox 10 team as we're continuing to follow this. The suspect now in custody there at that Independence 47 Hotel in Scottsdale, Arizona. This stemming from a potential stolen vehicle pursuit there. We didn't see too many police vehicles behind them. Sometimes they like to back off and make sure everyone in the public is safe as well. I do want to just put up this seminal moment one more time here on Live Now from Fox from just a little bit ago, coming out of this hotel as K9 units also on hand. They do have the suspect in custody. Don't know a ton of details about this incident or what started it, but that vehicle was the potential stolen vehicle. They're now putting him in a police vehicle with his hands behind his back there. So this is something we're following here on Live Now from Fox. This was just a little bit of an instant replay there. This individual there apprehended in custody, put in the back of this vehicle after stealing a potential car in Mesa, moving north into Scottsdale, Arizona, kind of in the northeast region of Phoenix, Arizona. Let's take you right back out to the live picture one more time here from our Sky Fox team, as plenty of police now on hand as well after quite some time there in this area. So they're getting in the back of this car, police on hand, and we will have more as you heard our Fox 10 team going out to that scene to cover it, learn more about what started this, what happened there, what led up to these moments, kind of answering some unanswered questions as of yet. So we'll take you out to that as soon as it happens, just as their 5 o'clock news comes up in about 40 or so minutes. So we'll take you out to that right here on Live Now from Fox.